Oh, damn. Nice car there, buddy. All right, y'all. I'm gonna share this video. We just I'm getting late. I'm getting tired. All right, here we go. I'm gonna share this, and I want everybody to just comment on what y'all think. I'm stuck on the asset liability. That's what I'm stuck on, assets and liabilities, and we need to make sure that we are looked at like assets, man, because we need to start.
Nothing.
I was surprised to hear the news that big corporations got the money instead.
Are they friends with the administration?
Those that didn't really need the money got the money.
Thank you for joining us. We're going to get to the rising death toll from coronavirus in just a moment, but there's breaking news tonight in the shocking case of an unarmed African-American man who died after being handcuffed and then pinned to the ground by Minneapolis police. 4 officers have been fired tonight, and the FBI is investigating after cell phone video showed one of the officers with his knee on George Floyd's neck for at least 7 minutes, even after Floyd's body went limp. Tonight, protesters are gathering outside of the restaurant where it all happened, just a week after Minnesota lifted its stay-at-home orders. The incident comes as much of the country is grappling with the fallout of a Memorial Day reopening that saw many Americans not socially distancing.
Oh, well, that's enough. I don't want she talking about something else. This one, the video I thought I had earlier, but let me stop sharing my screen. I think most everybody already seen that video earlier today. So I just want to know what y'all take on it. When I initially saw it, I didn't look at it, but when I looked at it and I saw that this cop actually was putting pressure and he was putting his body weight on his left leg, meaning that he was purposely making sure that the brother could not breathe. He was purposely putting his weight on his left knee when he didn't have to. And the thing that really stood out to me was the bystanders. The peers, the cops, that's what they do. It's sad, but that's the reality of what it is. But my onus is on the people now. What else is gonna take for you to get these cops off these people? Like, this is murder. Like, this was straight up murder, and they looked and like, stop recording. This is murder. If that was my son, or if that was, it goes back to us looking at each other like we family. Because if they would have looked at that person like that was a family member of theirs, they wouldn't have sat there and watched it. There's no way you're gonna sit there and watch a blood relative or somebody that you know and care about, watch somebody sit there and murder them right there in front of you. There's no way possible you're gonna do that. So automatically you're gonna do something. So we have to stop watching and start reacting. You can't look no more. And then even once they went over there and they checked the guy pulse to see they didn't have a pulse, that cop still sat there with his knee on his neck. So, like, man, assets and liabilities, man. When you understand the concept of assets, we have to become assets. We have to take this financial strategy with assets and our liabilities and apply it to our lives so they understand that we are assets. Like, we know that we're assets, but to the world or to this police department, they don't see us as assets. They see us as liabilities, because they can do stuff like this and feel like, okay, we'll just get fired. But if we start have life insurance, start filing life insurance claims, and these life insurance agencies got to kick out this money, they're gonna start saying something, because they're gonna be kicking out a lot of money. Even if you're suing these police departments, okay, that's money. But at the end of the day, fuck all that. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Like, if this the game you want to play, well, we need to play the game. Like, it's like when you play basketball, right? And you get on the court, you know what I'm saying? You can't be playing 21 and we playing 5-on-5. You got to play the game we playing. It's no way. It's not gonna work. So if this is the game that's being played, well, shit, let's play the game then. If that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. And that's the mindset that we have to have. We cannot have the mindset where I'm gonna play 21 or I'm gonna play on 21 where y'all motherfuckers running full court. Like it can't happen, man. We gotta be on the same page, man. I can't be playing tackle football and you playing flag football. It don't work. And that's what's going on right now. We're not playing the same game that's being played on us. And we wonder why we keep having to see these same situations and keep reliving this stuff over and over again, because we're not playing the same game. If we was playing the same game that they was playing, that cop would have never thought about that. The cop would have never thought about to do something like that, especially after he saw that he was being recorded. No, because if we was playing the same game that he was playing, he would be expecting backlash. Like, and I'm not talking about no verbal backlash. And I'm not telling nobody to go out there and do anything violent. But understand eye for eye and a tooth for a tooth. You can read that. Everybody understand that. That's just the preservation of life in itself. You know, like you have to play the game that they're playing, man. And these folks don't fear nothing, because they see us as liabilities, man. They see us as casualties of war. And they're gonna keep making us casualties of war until they start understanding that we the damn generals of this war. We just ain't been playing the game. We still around here playing goddamn 21. Let's get 5-on-5 and let's scrimmage with these motherfuckers. If that's what it is, that's what it is. There's no reason to, like, I'm tired of waiting. Yeah. It's like you waiting for your turn to get in. I got next. That's what we around here doing. We all around here watching the 5-on-5 game, and we all just like, yo, I got next, son. And we getting our 4 people, and we gonna run the court next. That's what we waiting to do. The whole while they playing that 5-on-5, gunning the 5 down. Then we gonna go up there and get gunned down next. Man, fuck all that. And I'm gonna be quiet before I say something I shouldn't say. But there's no way that we can keep being passive like this, man. There's no way. It's just like, what else do you want somebody to do? Like, we letting them kill us. So what is next? They are basically emasculating the black man, like, and it's like, wait, what are you gonna do? You just gonna let us do it to you? And half of the ones that's doing it, if you get them one-on-one, they can't box. I'm telling you, half of the ones that's doing that bullshit, if you ever catch them in the street alley by themselves without all that equipment, I bet you they can't box. They're little pussies and wimps. But look, let me mute my mic, man, before I say some shit.
I wholeheartedly agree with you, Stuart. Sep Haru, I wholeheartedly agree with you. And, you know, like you said, what are we gonna do? My question too is that, okay, they got the right now, if we was to go, say for instance, in a race war, we're not equipped for a race war. We know that. They have eyes in the sky. They own every damn thing, ships, airplanes, jets, bombs, drones. They own everything. So, you know, what kind of war are we gonna play here? That's the thing. Now I said that earlier, you know, when we were talking, we could take on a civil approach, but yet in an aggressive way, you know, by initiating what you call the peacekeeper initiative. And this is where a group of our own people, just like the officers, the city hired the police officers, we can hire our own people to protect and serve us. And we can work along with the officers. And just for an example, say if an officer is stopping a black male, his ass is not to get out the car until the peacekeepers arrive to make sure, and he explained why he stopped the young man or woman that's black, you know, and if it's justifiable, and if he could read off the law, since he's supposed to know the law, and if he can point it out why, then it's a justified arrest. But if not, get your motherfucking ass on before you get blasted. point blank.
Talk to him, brother. Go ahead.
You know, so my thing is, we got to form this. There is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. We are at war. We are at war. We've been at war for fucking since the 60s. And so far, we have lost the war badly. And this kind of war is a technical war. It's a war socially. It's a psychological war. It's a chemical war. And we have to wake up as people and stop killing our own soldiers. You know, we should be so, and my thing is like somebody else said about the other police officers that are black and they police officers. They should be all over those other motherfuckers. If they seen what their people got killed for nothing, it was an unjustified killing. They need to, hey, do what you got to do to take care of that little motherfucker that's in that office. You know what I'm saying? In that department, do what you got to do to take care of that little motherfucker, so he won't keep on doing the same thing he been getting away with years for. When it come down to the judges, if the judges sit right there and let a man go free like they did up in what's my man name up in New York, they just let him off, Gray, you know, let him off for killing that man, choking him to death. Now look, as a result, the same bullshit that just happened again. The same fucking bullshit happened again years later already. So it go to show you it's going to continue to happen, except we do something fucking about it. And the only reason they arrested or fired these officers is because they knew after that man was jogging, they shot and killed him. They knew it was a fuck enough then, but they now know they have pushed the top on black people, including me, because ain't no way in the fucking hell I'm gonna take any fucking thing off an officer. I don't give a fuck what position they in. You could be the motherfucking president. I don't give a damn. You fuck with me and mine, it's your ass. That's the way I feel.
And you know what? The only thing I wanted to add to that is it's not even just really more so just expound. Is dealing with the whole peacekeeping initiative, as long as it's well regulated, because we know the brother, Sarah, you said it, we already have militias out here, but what we need is a form of solidarity, a form of regulation that is in cooperation with the law, because we're not talking about establishing nothing that where we turn into a form of terrorist. No, it's not.
Right,
but
or like a vigilante. I got you.
Right, but and we already on the same key, but it's just about and this is what we all could contribute. So I think it's a great idea to the peacekeeping initiative. Not even an idea. I think it's something that we need continue to manifest, and we can have another discussion on this, because we can actually discuss how we can regulate it to be in line with the law, because you can even establish you can even perform a citizen's arrest on an officer who's breaking the law. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So if you have a well-regulated armed militia who is operating within the confines of the law, and they see an officer, like, what I'm picturing in my mind is, if we had this well-regulated militia, not just a group of brothers with their own agenda showing up with guns who just happen to have licenses to carry. That's not what I'm talking. I'm saying that's actually organized within our individual cities. You know what I mean? And well regulated to respond, to these type of situations. Like the brother said, you get pulled over by a police officer. Don't get out of your car. Don't roll your window down, but a certain level or whatever regulation, until one of our own shows up, who understands the law, who's also armed. You see what I'm saying? Who's also operating within the law, and who can assist us and our people in those situations. And we know, aside from that, we need to be educating ourselves on the individual basis. We need to be arming ourselves on the individual basis. All of these things we need to be doing. Those are facts. Those are the key bases. Like our brother Master, you were saying, we need to be educating our children on these things. You see what I'm saying? Because it's the next generation that's, we want to make sure that this is not happening to them. So I'm agreeing about all of these things, you know what I mean? And I just think that we need to have another discussion on it to actually get it going. Because, my thing is, I like your brothers were saying, it's not even about talking. It's I'm tired of watching these videos. I'm tired of, I'm tired of all of it. So I'm ready to, to step up myself and say, if we get regulation going that's within the confines of the law here to be able to protect our people, I'm a part of it.
I just have a question because that's a great idea. And it seems like it's workable. It's just a couple things that I guess we need to actually figure out is how or who do you present this to? Do you present the militia to the town, to the county, or do you present it to the state? And you have to get some type of cooperation with or acknowledgement with somebody as far as in the police force, so their officers also will understand that they have to wait. Like, like this is some of the stuff that I see that I think that will be problematic. Is getting
that's
I
is
thought
getting the
about that
police
too.
force.
I mean,
Yeah,
I thought about that. And what you do, brother, is that we have to address this at a federal level, through legislation, because we could use the Constitution that states that we are able to form a militia.
that's a fact.
We have our rights already in place, so there shouldn't be any problems at all. And if we get it at a federal level, everybody else have to comply
well,
because
see,
that's federal.
this is where things get tricky because the Patriot Act changed a lot. The Patriot Act, well, whatever, I'm saying it wrong. But after 9/11, when George Bush passed that, that's what that's why the police is militarized the way it is now, because of that act. That act changed a lot. And it was
That's a
like
fact.
what you would say, I don't want to say addendum, but I want to say like it ratified the Constitution to take away more rights from the citizens and give those rights to the police, and not only the police, but to our elected officials. So that's why you have a lot of these white militia groups out here now protesting because of their constitutional rights being suspended by this thing of COVID-19, because COVID-19 is now taking away their constitutional rights. And they're saying that like these state of emergencies or whatever that they are passing, it shouldn't be superseding the Constitution. But in actuality, it is superseding the Constitution. But
Right.
the militarization of the police force and a lot of our rights being taken away as a result of 9/11 and that Patriot Act. So that's what we would have to look into, because that Patriot Act also, like, because one time you couldn't have cameras everywhere all over the towns. It was against the law, but that Patriot Act changed, and police would tell you that before the Patriot Act, they was here to protect and serve. But now, since the Patriot Act been passed, they not here to protect and serve no more. That's a misnomer. They used to be here to protect and serve. Now, in this world under that Patriot Act, when they pull you over, you are a suspect. They watch everything about you. It's defined infractions. Any interaction you have with police force now, you are a subject and you liable to them detaining you and finding any reason. That's why now they can detain you for 3-4 hours. Remember, before 9/11, police couldn't detain you. Remember, you be like, am I free to go? You used to ask them, you can ask the police, am I free to go? Am I being charged with something? No, and you can leave. But what they do now, we're not charging you with nothing, but now we're detaining you because for their suspicion. So now they can detain you for up to 3 to 6 hours and then let you go and don't even charge you with nothing. That's because the Patriot Act, that's what we have to look into, y'all. I was looking into it one time when we first started our organization. I was looking into it real hard to find ways around that because that's what they're operating under. They're not operating under the Constitution no more. They're operating under that Patriot Act. And that's what also caused the military to start, the police force to become more militarized, where they got all these tanks and they got all this other shit that they never used to have.
Yeah.
The Patriot Act.
Well, you know what, too, Stuart? Set Haru, we can also look into the fact, the point that legislation, Congress, and all of them, they make laws. These lawmakers make the laws. So if they got a problem with what we're proposing, then that just goes to show us where they're at. And if this is where they're at, then we know what our next move should be. It should be fight or flight.
Exactly. And you know what? That's exactly what the Constitution actually says. The reason why, it gave the freedom of that Second Amendment, the debate, to be able to form a well-regulated militia, especially in forms of tyrannical government.
Yeah.
You know, in situations of tyrannical government that is in disagreement with the people, the Constitution already recognized and established that the people have the right in these situations to form these militias. But the key word, and I think the difference is like I was stating earlier with a lot of these so-called militias, is they're not well regulated. Well regulated basically deals with like you were saying earlier, Seharu, understanding where we are in today's laws, post 9/11, and a lot of these changes and amendments that they're trying to make to the Constitution, understanding all of that and still operating within that, it's still legal to have a well-regulated militia, in accordance with today's laws. But I think the difference is there's no cohesiveness between the militias that's out there. And a lot of them are not well regulated insofar as they are not up to date in today's laws, and they may not have an agenda of actually protecting our people and forming a larger coalition of other militias in other cities. They may not have this in mind, and that's what I'm saying. That all deals with the regulation, and that's something that it will fall on our part to form that, to understand where we are in today's laws, and to also form a sort of like a regulation by which we could a uniformity by which these different militias in different cities can operate under, and
Right.
have, like, you see what I'm saying, instead of being
Yep.
so scattered and everybody think they can just bear arms and get your license and then that's it. It's not just as simple as that. It can be a
Right.
certain code by way of, that works in accordance with the law, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and we need a militia that is dependable, because right now, as far as I see it in my eyes, the NAACP, Black Lives Matter, when I say NAACP is not reliable, because I've seen too many times where our people getting killed, and that's the only time that they pop up. Is, I'm sorry, it's the truth. I'm all about, I used to support them, but I can't support them no more. You got Black Lives Matter is mostly protesting, so I mean, enough with that. It's enough. Turn down statues is not gonna get the job done. I heard somebody, is that somebody trying to talk, or I just heard a little background noise or something? Okay, yeah, so my thing is that we really need to well establish this, have not on the board, but like all over the state by state, get people immediately. and we have to move fast, because one thing about the advantage of moving fast is that people can't stop you and sabotage you, you know? So we need to have private meetings. Hell, they had private meetings on Facebook with the neighborhood when they was planning the assassination of the brother jogging in there. Cause what people don't know, it just want the two white men and the one that was behind them driving the car videoing. It was the whole damn neighborhood that was in conspiracy of shooting this young brother. And the whole damn neighborhood needed to be charged. And if Facebook got reference of that community with them up there conspiring and knowing that they were doing it, this ain't the first rodeo with that brother. You know, they've been at him. You know what I'm saying? The brother just trying to sim. You could see he was in shape because he was just jogging. But they don't want, they were trying to say he was in the wrong place. Or in other words, you black, you in a white neighborhood, we don't want you here. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. So we need to have it. So we are well established. We got our own community. You know, on social media, you know, we ain't gonna give up. We're relentless, because if they see you not gonna give up, you gonna go toe to toe with them. They gonna leave the fuck alone. The LGBTQ, that alphabet people, let me tell you something. They will fight you fucking tooth and nail to have their rights. And you can't blame them, because they were getting abused by their parents and stuff because they were that way. Look, I'm like this. To each his own. They can, you know, that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. But at least they had a fucking enough guts to fight, you know what I'm saying, for what's theirs. They did something about it, because it ain't always been the easy street for them. And this is the way we have to do for our people. We had to fight tooth and nail. Like hey, they take one of us down, 1,000 you motherfuckers go. For real, like if it's a hatred group, it's a hate group, that and those members of those hate groups take one of ours down, then hey, it need to be 1,000 of them motherfuckers go. You know, to send a message. You're gonna leave us alone. You're gonna stop discriminating against us because we black. You're gonna stop picking on us. You're gonna leave our fucking people alone because of the color of our skin. The shit ain't working with the peace, that the non-violence movement. I'm gonna tell you something. Sometimes violence is required. It is. I mean, hey, it ain't nothing but the damn truth. Violence is required sometimes. It's not that we want to go and do the shit, but look at it. Our back is against the wall. If a puppy back was against the wall and you still fucking with that little puppy, what the fuck you think he gonna do? He gonna bite your motherfucking ass. And how bad the bite is, he may not even fucking let go of you. You know, so I'm just saying our backs are against the wall. We just cannot stand by, do anything. Like the brother said, we do have to be really, really coordinated and organized. I 100% agree with that. But we got to come out in a way where we real strong and gonna everlast and gonna last, not just temporary. You know, everybody go home, eat the little chips, look in front of Netflix, and they call it a day. No, we got to be strong. We got to mean what we say. These police officers out here, we got to have somebody at each stop, at every time, each stop. You know, we got to be on it and monitor them. Monitor what's the action for the day. What progress did you make today? What do we have on the agenda for today? Things like that. You know, so that's just a little my input.
And you know what? I did want to mention something. You know, on the West Coast, like California, Oakland, you don't see a lot of cop killings like that. You know that? You don't see that like that. I mean, you'll see, but like, you don't see that a lot though over there. Like you see, it seems like majority of this stuff is like in Middle America and the East Coast. But like when it comes to that West Coast, you don't see it like that because they learned after the Rodney King beatings.
Exactly.
No, that stuff,
Words right out my mouth. You right.
that ain't happening over
They
there,
were
bro.
flipping.
I mean,
They were flipping over police cars and everything.
No, what I'm saying,
them LAPD will
After
still.
you, I'm saying it's happening, but when it happened over there, it's retaliation. Like,
yeah, sometime, but not all the time, man.
What they don't talk about during that Rodney King situation is they were killing a lot of white folks over there. Now that's what they don't talk about. They don't talk about how during that Rodney King uprising, they was killing a lot of white folks was being killed over there. That's what they don't talk about. They keep that hush hush.
Mm.
Now you can go to Tariq Nasheed on Tariq Nasheed, and he talks about it all the time. It's a difference over there in Cal. I mean, the LAPD might still do their thing, but sometimes they get retaliation. You don't hear about that retaliation over here like that, especially in New York, man. I'm sorry. I love my brothers up there, but like, yo, like, but they're retaliating to each other in a heartbeat. But over there in the West Coast, man, sometimes them gangs run them cops up out of there. I think it was a video that they showed last week where they was telling them about social distancing, and they was in the hood. I might need to pull it up, and they started shooting them with water guns. The police and ran them off the block. Like, yo, but they know what was next. The water guns was a warning, like, y'all get the fuck around. They were talking about social distancing, and they started hitting them with water guns, and they left though because they knew what was coming next. So like I done seen plenty of videos over there where them boys, they get down and dirty over there in a heartbeat. Now I ain't gonna say they always get down and dirty, but I done seen instances where they get down and dirty over there, and the police know it. They know it.
Yeah. You're right. And the crimes for the police over there, committing all this police brutality. Since you're right, since Rodney King, it ain't a whole lot of that shit going on over there. You know, like you said, one thing I just want to make a disclaimer is that, you know, we're not terrorists. We're not out trying to do vigilante work, but we are out to defend ourselves. And that's lawful. We have a lawful right to defend ourselves, to protect ourselves proactively. You know, so for those that's listening, you know, don't try to use this video as a pretext to say that we are some type of terrorist because y'all are good at for throwing a rock and hiding your damn hands. You're good at pointing your fingers, but what you're not good at is standing up for what's fucking right. So we are who we are. We're gonna forever be who we are. If you got a fucking problem with it, I suggest you keep it to your damn self, cause I can show enough back up what I talk about. So I'm just letting you know it ain't no terrorist movement, no DC sniper shit. We talking about protecting ourselves because we're fucking getting murdered. And if the shoe was on the other foot, you all would have already took action already. Thank you.
That's a fact, brother. That's a fact.
Well, you talking about they don't even wait. Listen, didn't Sean say it was two white boys and Minneapolis walking around with AK-47 when the black folks was marching today?
One of the motherfuckers in North Carolina with a rocket launcher.
I saw him at a subway. At a subway with a rocket launcher.
A damn rocket launcher.
Like, but you know, man, do y'all want to say something? Everybody else, y'all want to get in? Tracy, who else up here? Neb, and then who else up here? Y'all want to jump in? But I know that you know, it's man, it's hunting season, man. When is the season gonna be over with?
You know what? Our lives depends on us. We can take control of our life. We don't have to wait for our destiny to happen. We make our destiny happen. Just like everything else, we have to make it happen. That's one thing I learned day in and day out now, that whatever I choose to do, it says your attitude determines your altitude. And what to do is up to you. You know, these are slogans that I learned in school coming up. And so unless we make something happen, it'll never happen. You know, so we can change our future. Ain't nothing, people, these Christians is out here that's been bamboozled. They waiting for a fucking angel to come out the sky. They waiting for the sky to crack. They say, oh my Lord, coming to rescue me. Let me just tell y'all and break it down. You're talking to a man with 3 different shirts. And when it come to ministry, God ain't gonna come crack no fucking sky and rescue your ass. He have given you, if you want to claim anything, he have given you what? Power. you know. And so the universe have given us power for us to make up our own minds and to do things. We have the intelligence, you know. It was, and another thing, just so y'all know, you're more powerful than what you think you are, because the intelligence and intellect that our ancestors had, which was in Egypt, they already had, there's nothing new under the sun. They already had technology. It's encoded in your DNA, waiting to be unlocked. You just have to initiate it by being proactive, by getting angry enough to do something about it, to study, to nurture that side of you, that innovative side of you, because you're the masters of war. You're the gods of war, and you have to initiate that. You have to excite your neurotransmitters in order for you to do it, because your thinking is based off of nerves, you know. So you have to get angry enough to do something. As Mr. Nancy off of Gods in America, because they fired him because he was telling the truth. But he said anger gets shit done, and it does. You notice, you don't, if you relax, calm, and happy, ain't shit being done. The moment you get angry, anger gets something done. It's the fucking truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah. So don't nobody else got anything to add on?
Yeah, I see you dozing off.
Hey,
Yeah, I know there's a whole lot of people on Facebook, on social medias. I'm tired of seeing all this hate, COVID-19, police brutality. Stay away from them. These cowards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stay away
They
from
like
them.
fleshlight cops. They like fleshlight cops, brother. I see you. They don't ever do nothing worth a shit.
Right.
You know.
I'm gonna take me a break from Facebook. All this, oh my God. You know what I mean? I'm tired of it. And then I saw a white guy out there telling one of the black girls, yeah, I wish he never had social media. Why? On this is the show right on us? What's going on with us?
Yeah, isn't it amazing? Because CNN and all the rest of the damn medias, they ain't telling the truth on shit.
Right.
I don't even watch local news. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch none of that shit. They get the news from us. Y'all notice that shit that go viral now? They starting to watch social media. That's where they getting the news from.
Yeah,
because real shit happened.
This story made it to news now because of social media. But you know, the social media always, because they all, listen, y'all, this is something that we always do. We are trendsetters, and we make things hot. We make things trendy. This is what we do. This is in us. This is in our DNA, man. So they just always capitalizing off of it, right? When they did that, they capitalizing off of it, they monetizing it and making money off our pain and our suffering. And that's the worst thing about all this, man. They are getting rich off our pain and suffering. And we have to understand that we have to make sure that when they see us, they see this, an asset. You get what I'm saying? It's a silver coin. Thanks to my e-coins, I got my silver coins. But they need to make sure they see an asset when they see us, because they see these liabilities, man. And it's fed up. It's to the point where we all tired of it. But it keep happening. And it's going to continue to keep happening.
Exactly.
Wow, it's going to keep continuing to happen until we finally get enough. I'm going to give y'all a good motivational. I can't think of this guy name right, but he was telling this story about this guy that wanted to be successful. And what he told him was, the guy was in the ocean. So he told the guy, said, well, you got to come in the ocean, right? And he said, come get closer. So the guy in the ocean, so now like the water up to his knees, and the guy was like, you know, I need you to come get deeper. So he keep coming, Now the water up to his stomach and his waist, right? And but the guy's like, yo, I just want to be successful. He said, okay, I'm gonna teach you how to be successful. Keep coming. So the
Eric
guy
Thomas.
Eric
Thomas.
Yeah, the guy keep coming, right? Then finally he get the water up to his neck. But Eric, he's like, yo, keep coming. So finally he gets so far that he is under the water, but the guy's pushing his head down. He pushing his head down, right? And the guy's struggling to breathe. He's struggling to get air. And when he finally lifts his head up, he said, you know how hard you were struggling to breathe and to get air? He said, you ain't gonna be successful until you want it that bad. And that's the same with us as African Americans. This stuff ain't gonna stop happening until we're willing to die to make it to stop happening. Just like you're not gonna be successful until you're willing to put forth all your energy and effort as if you was drowning and you trying to lift your head up. That same energy that you have to put forth to be successful is the same energy we're going to put forth to stop this stuff, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was Eric Thomas, the motivational speaker.
Yeah, Eric Thomas. Yeah, that's what his name, man. Go ahead,
Yeah,
brother. Go ahead, Nabak.
Yeah, he says it's bad. You know, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. That's the quote, like, and you exactly the way how he say the story too. But that, that's pretty much what it is. But even expounding upon that, I think that we need, it's a fact that we need to separate. There is no ideal society where our people exist intermingled in this society. I'm not talking about on American soil. It's that with that being said, I'm not saying that everybody should go back to Africa. What I'm saying is that we need to organize, our own land, like the brother said, our own police force, our own nation. That is the way. And what we're saying right now is a short-term solution to the problems that are facing our people right now. So we know that we're not going to be able to start our own nation tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? That takes years and perhaps generations of work. And that's what we're working at right now. But as well as a long term, on a short term level, this is what we're proposing to address it in the Peace Corps initiative and these other types of proactive initiatives is exactly what we need, for the short term.
Yes, and we can't settle for what they give us. Because let me tell you what happened to the natives. If you look at the land where they're at in North Dakota and so forth, they still being taken advantage of now. Their land that they have is a barren land. It's nothing. You look at what they, from this country when it first started, from the 13 colonies to the Louisiana's purchase and to the purchase of Gaspé, you could see where the natives was driven to lands that was desolate. So we can't settle for any old damn thing, So we got to put out, like Seth Haru say, we got to be willing to die for what we believe in, man. We got to be willing to die and stand, for our rights, because that's the only way. Look at what happened during the times of the Civil War. You had the North against the South, which was the Confederacy, the Union against the Confederacy. And had that war not taken place, but rest assured, we still would have been in slavery right now. But we did have some white people, some Europeans or colonizers, whatever you want to call them. We did have them that had the same like mind that we did. So I want to say this too. I'm not blaming all white people for what happened, you know, and shameless to say that we've been saying that same tone for a long time too. But now what I want to propose is for white people to check white people. If you see somebody that ain't right, white people, y'all need to get them right, because right now, black people are tired. We're tired. Not only we're tired, we're ready to do something. And when black people ready to do something, let me tell you, we the beginning of this world. And if you think you're gonna wipe us out, let me tell you, we some innovative motherfuckers. I'm just letting you know, hey, whether it be today, whether it be tomorrow, I'm like damn The Walking Dead, my boy that play up there, Rick. He said, whether it be today, whether it be tomorrow, your ass, I'm gonna get you. Cause let me tell you, that's how innovative we are. And we will find a way. We've been surviving for a long time, and the universe will righteously give us the power enough to survive. So I'm telling you that if you want us to do right, you want us to live civil, you got to beat us halfway. And those people you see ain't right, y'all got to start making a violent stand against them too. You know, because if y'all dating somebody that's black, you marrying somebody black, you claiming they love you, and you got kids, you should be fighting even harder. You know, because now one of your own is in, I'm being real. I mean, interracial marriages and stuff like this is happening more and more. And I think that's one of the fears that some of these hate groups have. But it's gonna happen. Look for it to happen. Hey, I didn't make this shit up. It's happening. And if you call yourself, you think you're gonna beat nature, you can forget it. You know, and that's not to try to provoke you to go crazy. You can do what you want to. But I think another thing, I think some of you are incompetent of yourselves. You know, most of the ones that the hate groups, they don't really have anything going for them. You know, they don't know how to treat their women. You know, I don't know what it is with all this loud noise going, but they don't know how to treat their women, and a lot of shit going on. You know, so like I say, you know, stay tuned because we're tired.
And with that, I'm gonna give everybody an opportunity to close out. We're gonna end the show. If anybody in the chat got a comment, y'all can ask a question. We'll try to answer it. But until then, I will give everybody an opportunity to close out. So I'm gonna give y'all the chance to tell people where they can find you and close out.
Yeah, peace, family. Just real quick. Yeah, it was definitely a good discussion tonight. I look forward to the next one. So you know, the things that we talked about tonight, it was definitely a lot of solutions, a lot of different viewpoints. I just think we need to, really reflect and get down to work. You know, that's really what it's about.
Anybody else?
It's never up, and I agreed. I enjoyed the show tonight. We need to start doing my being more proactive, and definitely guys to keep defending our families. And be on the lookout, just stay aware of your surroundings and go with your gut feeling. You gotta leave. And I'm done. Peace.
I like to say, everybody, it was a great conversation to have. These conversations need to continue. Set Haru, I appreciate you inviting me again. I can't attend all of them because I'm doing school and all this other stuff. But I like to say to the people out there, have love in your heart, you know, and I don't know what's that keeping that noise. Hold on 1 minute. I'm sorry. I got something stuck in something. I don't know. Evidently it stopped. Oh no, I didn't. I don't know what's this dragging, but keep love in your heart, you guys. And you know, just keep striving to do the right thing. Far as in our white people, you know, and I hate using that by race, but You know, you guys, hey, y'all those who you for us, be for us. You know, stop these people. If you heard telling them planning bombs and they shooting and stuff, and you know you ain't for that, y'all got to fight too. You know, for us to coexist on this planet is very important. At the end of the day, this world, everybody got to live in this world. So, you know, it's just a matter of what decision you make. But as for us as a people, we tired as hell of this shit. You know, I'm just letting you know, man. I don't normally be as upset and angry, but you know, this is right here. It's an insult to our intelligence because we've been to school, we done studied, we have came, we you know, we on not only earned the right to be here in the United States of America, but we mostly built this fucking place. So, you know, that's my take. You guys have a wonderful evening, wonderful night. You know, it's late. So take care.
Okay. All right. Well, again, I thank everybody for taking the time out to look at the show. We sorry, family, that the show was broke down into a 2-3 part series. Had a little technical difficulties. But if you go to the chat, you'll be able to check out the show, family. If you go to NCRBGZ on to productions, you'll be able to see the show is broke down into 2 different parts. And you know, I just want to end it with asset and liabilities, man. We have to be assets. We have to rethink our finances when it comes to assets and liabilities. And as the way we live our life, we need to compare that and analyze it and make sure that when the cops see us, they see an asset and not a liability. That's all. We need to make sure that they understand, however they need to understand, that you are an asset and not a liability. So maybe they will treat you differently. You know what I'm saying? And that's really it, man. With that, peace and Black Power.